I wanted to talk about discipline. Discipline plays a huge role in my life, and I feel like a lot of people wished that they had more discipline to their life, to everyday activities that they do, but don't really find motivation to be disciplined. So as I get asked a lot, how do I get the motivation to wake up so early in the morning and hit the gym, for example? Or how am I so disciplined to actually sit down during the semester to work on my different courses in order to do very well in the exams later on at the end of the semester? How do I do all of that? So I thought I would just sit down and talk about this. Discipline covers the branch of food and healthy, nutritious lifestyle as well. But right now, or in this video, I just want to talk about the mental mindset of just generally being disciplined. I would say that I am quite a disciplined person. I'm very sure that there are a lot of people who are even more disciplined than I am, but for me it works wonders. And basically I think I just have several things that I stick to, that I maintain, and then at the end of the day I just function as a system without actively thinking about different aspects, like, oh, I need to be disciplined concerning this and that issue because I changed myself, or I changed little things in my lifestyle. So I just function, basically. The first aspect would be stop negative self-talk. That's something that I completely deleted, basically, from my system in my brain. So whenever I catch myself thinking,
oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not doing very well, there is other people who are doing much more than I am doing. There are other people who are getting stuff done in their lives more efficiently, who are more successful, who can do anything better. I don't have the ability to do as good as they do,
etc., etc. I don't do that. Whenever I catch myself, I'll imagine myself driving a car and just stopping in front of a stop sign, which forces me to take in what I'm doing right now. Because negative talk is not going to take you anywhere. It's just going to drag you down. It's just going to make you stop believe in yourself. So whenever I do that, I'll just stop. And I force myself to think positive and also just change the topic. So say for instance, I have an exam that's coming up and I find myself thinking, there is no way that I will do great in this exam. So I continue thinking this for say 3 to 4 minutes, and then I find myself, what the heck am I doing right now? Why am I so pessimistic about it? So I'll stand up, maybe drink a glass of water or make myself a cup of tea, and then really try to focus on the here and now. Maybe breathe a little bit. Breathing, very deep breaths that you, like when you inhale and exhale actively and consciously, it is very relieving. For me, it is very relieving because it forces you to calm down and to relax. So that's what I do whenever I notice that I'm going places that are not positive, but the exact opposite. The power of thoughts. I am a huge believer of you can achieve pretty much anything if you can envision yourself being in that position, getting that job, getting that dream body, being healthy, getting that relationship that you were always thinking and dreaming about. So the power of thoughts, I can't stress this aspect enough because I feel like a lot of people don't dream big enough, or at least they think about it and then they don't do actions to actually achieve those goals and those dreams. So for me, I have a vision board, for example, so I picture whatever I want to achieve. And once I know where I want to be and what I want to achieve, I then start to think, what do I need to start? What do I need to get into process to actually achieve that goal? So it's basically envisioning yourself in whatever you want to do, and then getting small steps in to actually achieve that. The third aspect would be to just change a little thing that has a huge impact. And this is, rather than thinking, what if I fail? What would be if I don't pass it? What if I don't end up losing that much weight, but everything that I do and all the effort that I do is just a waste of time? Instead of thinking that way, why don't you just switch it up and think, what if I actually succeed? What if I actually get that job? What if I actually, in 2 months from now, lose that weight? And what if I am then just the happiest person on earth? What if I'm just beyond proud of myself for actually achieving that? Because I feel like so many people do have the power to envision themselves in a bad situation. So why don't you just take all that power and envision yourself in a good position? So that's what I always do. So always think positive and ask yourself, what if I actually do succeed? Then the next step, I lost count of which number we are at right now. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The next aspect is, did you know that 80 to 90% of the thoughts that we have won't actually happen like we envision them? And right now I'm talking about negative talk. So for me, I'm not a scientific professor in whatever, in brain research, but I came across that hypothesis, you could even say, and I read that and I was like, you know what, actually that is true. Because instead of relying on any kind of research, I mean, if you read articles and you get to know certain results, that's interesting. But for me, I was questioning just everything that I observed with my life, and that was true. I end up thinking so much, but then if you have a look at the outcome, it's never going to end like that. It's either going to be even worse than I thought, or it's going to be much more positive. So why not, thinking about the aspect that I was talking about before, why not always think positive? Make sure to not waste time on thoughts that are not going to happen anyway. So just spend your time on good and positive and uplifting thoughts. Discipline comes with being persistent. I would even say discipline can be used as a synonym for persistence. If you just keep on trying whatever you want to achieve, even if you have setbacks, but if you envision yourself to do exactly that one thing, you just need to persistently maintain what you envisioned yourself to do, and you will see that all the hard effort that you put into it really made you go places. What helps me a lot of times is to ask myself, when I'm in a quite tricky situation, I would ask myself, what would person XYZ would do in this situation? So sometimes I am too busy thinking about different things, and then I would ask myself, I have a really good friend, she's so relaxed, so I would think, what would she do? Okay, probably she would relax right now, she would be relaxed right now, and would just wait until the moment of truth comes. So why now just waste all that time thinking about just unnecessary stuff? Or why now stress about certain things that are not in my control? Why not just relax, or try to relax at least, and then see what happens? Or if I'm not having a good moment, what would, I don't know, like there are, for example, these posters that say, what would Beyoncé do? But it's basically just that you ask yourself, what would that other person do? Can I maybe try to copy that and try to calm myself down, or try to feel better? It's basically, it's all about feeling better if you are in a in a situation where you don't feel like you find a solution to it. So maybe just ask yourself, what would another person do in my situation? Discipline is closely linked to the subconscious and the conscious mind. And I read a lot of articles, I watched a lot of videos, and in the nutshell, it all says our subconscious mind is so powerful. And what I tried for the last 6, 7, 8 months was to train my subconscious mind to achieve things that I really wanted to achieve in life. And guess what happened? It's insane because it actually works. So what you do is you envision yourself what you want to achieve, and right before you go into bed to sleep, the last thought that keeps coming up into your mind is going to somehow program your subconscious mind. So you go to sleep, and let's say you have that presentation coming up, and you know you want to do very well in that presentation. So you envision yourself how you want to feel, what you are wearing, if it is warm or cold, and basically all the emotions and all the senses that you have, you just envision yourself how this specific situation is going to look like. And with that thought in mind, you're going to sleep, and doing that, so you can just transform that thought for anything basically and use it for everything. So with that thought in mind, sleeping or going to sleep, it will change your life, because it changed mine. I was maybe afraid of certain things, so I programmed my subconscious mind to actually think positive about it, to ask myself, okay, if I don't like this, how do I want to change that thinking? Okay, I want to be like this and that. So I close my mind at some point drifts off to sleep, but I'll just keep thinking about it, and it gives me a good feeling right away. So you go to sleep with a big smile on your face, and once it's in your subconscious mind, you'll find ways how to get to that goal. So it's basically all of that is about mindset, it's about being consistent, and it's about striving for progress and for development, for self-development, for just all the personal growth that you want to achieve. And now the question is, what do you want to achieve in your life? I feel like there is so much that you can achieve in life, and now the question is, where do you want to start? Do you have a list of things that you want to achieve in your life? When do you want to achieve them? And once you know which goals you want to achieve in life, it's all about starting the process and doing all the things that I mentioned. So I wish you a lot of good luck trying to figure out where you want to be in 3 months or next year from today on. And I just really hope that this video maybe was motivating for at least one person out there. And yeah, see you next time. Stay healthy, happy and safe, and we'll see each other in the next video. Bye!